Well, while the topic of politics may come up in conversation at many bars or tap rooms around the region, a gathering at Bent Paddle today is aiming to make those types of interactions a little easier to maneuver. The Northern Minnesota Alliance for the Braver Angels held today's event. Now, Braver Angels is a national organization that puts together many different workshops that are put together. People listen to each other and have peaceful conversations around some touchy political subjects. The local chapter of the Braver Angels facilitated this conversation on the topic of gun regulations. According to organizers, the purpose is to allow people on all sides of the political spectrum to speak their mind on an issue and calmly learn why people feel the way they do.
We noticed that it's getting where people are having more and more trouble just having a conversation about politics, where it's harder to find the middle, and we like the term common ground.
While this event wrapped up early this evening, organizers say they have some bigger gatherings planned for the fall. Those workshops will bring together Braver Angels and the University of Wisconsin.